Hey moms, it's me, it's Deanna. How are you doing? You know, I was thinking about this today, how so many people expect me, okay, this sounds conceited, and it doesn't mean to sound conceited, expect me to have something funny to say all the time. But you know what? I don't always have something funny to say. And I find myself, when I'm doing these mom-to-mom little talks, I feel more like you guys are my therapist and I need to just let it all out. So I'm not, you know, trying to crack the jokes or anything, and I just thought I'd do that little disclaimer because I was thinking about that today. That was something that was kind of hard growing up all the time, as everybody and around everybody thought that, you know, I'd be the one to entertain them all the time, and there were some times that I just needed to take a minute and just be by myself and not be the entertainment for the day. And if you've known me for a long time, you know what I'm talking about. So today I was thinking about love. So today it's the fourth Sunday. This will air before Sunday, but this Sunday is the fourth Sunday. And the Sunday is about love. And I think about Christ's love for us, and that while we were yet sinners, He died for us. And I think about all the things that the Lord has done for us. But today I want to think about Mary. I want to think about Mary. Last week we talked about how Mary had Jesus in a manger that smelled like poop and probably didn't have an epidural, you know, at all. Not probably, she didn't, but didn't have, you know, the regular things that we all have. Just very natural childbirth, very painful and stinky and icky and all the different things and wonderful that childbirth is. But when Mary looked at Jesus for the first time, I wonder what she thought. Did she think, oh, this is God's son? Or did she think, this is my son? I don't know about you guys, but if you remember when you had your child or you adopted your child, or the first time you held your grandchild or your special niece or nephew, you didn't think, at least I didn't, I wonder if any of you thought, oh, this is Brian's baby. No, I did not think that. I thought, this is my baby. And all of those protective things came out. And in fact, I shared with you our first talk that I had postpartum's pretty bad. And Brian's mom, she loved the babies. And she wanted me to leave little Rebecca right away. And I just couldn't. I couldn't leave her even for a minute, because finally I had someone who looked like me. I finally had this little being who was a part of me. And I just wanted her to myself. And I don't know if any of the rest of you think that way, but that's my baby. And Dad, you can have her sometimes, but that's my baby. And I wonder, and I know, I'm pretty sure Mary thought the same thing. This time of year, I have a friend whose son took his life. And I found out just recently that I also have a family member whose son took his life. And then I had another friend this year whose son took their life, and a few years ago the same. And I wonder when Mary looked at that baby, Jesus in there, and if she thought, people will be so mean to him that he'll want to take his life. You know, I know as moms, and I don't mean to freak you young moms out at all, but as moms of adult children, we see that in our kids, and we're still so protective. I'm sure Mary thought, I've got to protect this baby. After all, didn't they leave and run and flee so that the king wouldn't have them killed? She did everything in her power. Here's another funny thought I had. I thought, can you imagine Jesus' little brothers and sisters? You know, he had no one above him other than God, the Father, to protect him, but he was born here as man on earth, so he had to experience everything we did. But can you imagine once the little ones figured out, my brother's God? Can you imagine what they said if they got picked on at school? Excuse me, my brother is God. He will get you. What a great big brother that would have, wouldn't it? But don't you think that Mary would have done anything to protect her son? One time I was able to play Mary, the mother of Jesus, when he was crucified in a church play. And playing that part, realizing there was nothing she could do to protect him from that, but that the love that others had for her, to take her into their home, to take care of it. When Jesus said, take care of my mother, and his friends took care of his mother, how we're all in this together. And I know at some times you will be your child's only protector. When they're bullied at school, I have a sweet, sweet friend, I'm sorry I cry so easy, whose son is bullied by teachers. And I want to go, and I want to stand up for him, and I want to stand in that gap. But instead I pray for him because that's what I can do, and I love on his sweet mama. That's our job, moms. We are to love our little ones. And Mary looked at that baby and thought, this is my baby. I'm going to protect him with all that I have and all that I am. And as moms in this group together, we are here to protect each other's children. We are here when they are bullied to love them, to say, no, 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 that's not true. They just don't know you. They just don't know you. When I was young, I was bullied pretty bad. My kids, I've showed them, I joke with them all the time, but it's the truth. And some of you are watching, you might have known me in high school. My looks change like every other year. I changed my hair. All of a sudden, my hair used to be kind of straight. Now it's really curly. I have all these different looks. I'm always different. I was looking at some pictures. I thought, wait a minute, I was kind of cute back then. But in junior high, oh mercy, boy did I get teased. My mom thought it would be great to cut my hair about right here, and I had this little ring of a curl right here. I had big buck teeth with braces, and could somebody have told me about plucking my eyebrows? I had a chrysalis going. I was waiting for the monarch butterfly to fly away. They were just so bushy. They were awful. And in ninth grade, that's freshman, when somebody asks you, are you a boy or a girl? Your self-esteem kind of hits the ground, doesn't it? I looked just like Greg Brady, not Jan Brady, who was considered the only one. Definitely not Marsha Brady, and definitely not cute Bobby either. I look like Greg Brady, and it's in my junior high Hoover yearbook. And when my kids would say, Mom, that's not true, and my friends would say, Deanna, you're just putting yourself down, that's not true. Then I showed them the picture, and they went, oh, that's true. So I knew what it was like to be bullied. I also knew what it was like to stand in the gap for other people. There was this girl named Angela, my 6th grade year. I had finally started to make some friends, and they weren't teasing me so bad. And Angela came to our school. And I didn't know about lice or anything back then. I probably would have ran for the hills, because if you know me, you know I'm a freak about lice. But she came, and she was dirty. She had long, stringy, greasy hair. She kind of smelled funny. She had really cool fingernails, so they were really, really long. And no one liked her. And so I remember in my heart saying, I need to be her friend. So I became her friend. And because of that, I lost all my friends. But Angela became a dear, dear friend. I lost contact with her because I found out later she was one of those kids that would move all the time. You know, they didn't have a stable home life. They didn't have anything like that, raised by a single mom, very poor. But we became friends. And I remember getting in a fight one time over her, and a fist fight. I'm a fighter. I'll fight you. No, I won't. But I remember her just being a sweet, sweet friend, and I wouldn't have changed that experience for all those popular girls. So I learned at a young age what it's like to be bullied. And then I learned what it's like to stand up for those who are bullied. So today, moms, I want you to know we're all here together. We're praying for each other. When your children, your little ones, your older ones, your big adult ones, your ones that have kids that are 25 years old and you're the great grandma, just love them. They're going to need you. They're just here for you to love them. And remember Mary, when she looked at sweet, sweet Jesus and thought, this baby is mine. Baby mine, don't you cry. Baby mine, dry your eyes. Rest your head close to my heart, never to part, baby of mine. Little one, when he play, pay no heed what they say. Let your eyes sparkle and shine, never a tear, baby of mine. If they knew all about you, they'd end up loving you too. All those same people who scold you, what they'd give just for the right to hold you, from your head down to your toes. You're not much, goodness knows, but you're so precious to me, sweet as can be, baby of mine. You guys have a Merry Christmas. I love you.